Hi everybody! So we've learned about 3 types of figurative language this week. We've learned about idioms, hyperboles, and personification. So we are going to do a quick review, and I have one poem for each type of figurative language you learned this week. The first one we did were idioms. I'm reading the definition from your packet in case you forget. It says, an idiom is a well-known phrase that means something different than what the words seem to mean, okay? So I am going to read you the armpit of doom. I think Rue was scared. All right, it's a long one, so don't forget, I'm gonna give all of these to you too. The armpit of doom, listen for idioms. Today I walked into my big brother's room, and that's when I saw it. The armpit of doom! I wasn't expecting the armpit at all. I shrieked and fell backward and grabbed for the wall. The armpit was smelly. The armpit was hairy. The armpit was truly disgusting and scary. I wanted to vomit. I wanted to cry. I wanted to flee from its all-seeing eye. My skin started crawling with goosebumps and chills. My brain began screaming to head for the hills. I tried to escape, but I knew I could not. In horror, I found I was glued to the spot. Will somebody help me? I started to shout, till fumes overcame me and made me pass out. And that's why I'm here in this hospital room. It's all on account of the armpit of doom. I am still feeling shaken, I'm queasy and pale, but luckily I've lived to tell you my tale. So take my advice. If you ever go near your big brother's room, bring a whole lot of gear. A gas mask and goggles, a helmet and shield, or maybe a spacesuit that's perfectly sealed. And then, only then, are you fully prepared? Step in very slowly and hope you'll be spared. But if you're afraid of the armpit of doom, stay far, far away from your big brother's room. Okay, so you were gonna look for idioms in the armpit of doom. But you can also look for similes and metaphors and hyperboles and personification and rhyming words. There's lots of rhyming words in here. There's definitely a rhyming pattern, and there's some strong mental images of big, hairy armpits. Okay, that's your first one. Here's your second one. Your second one, again, you're looking for all the ones we've learned so far, but you're mostly looking for hyperboles. I'm reading the definition from your packet again. A hyperbole is when a statement is exaggerated to make a point. So, the poem for hyperboles is the biggest burp ever. The record so far for the world's biggest burp is held by Belinda Melinda McNerp. It wasn't on purpose. She wasn't to blame. Her tummy just rumbled and out the burp came. Belinda then instantly saw her mistake. The ground began trembling and starting to shake. That rumble was suddenly more of a roar. It busted the windows and knocked down the door. Her mother and father both covered their ears. Her brother and sister were nearly in tears. Her puppy looked panicked and yipped as it fled. Her kitten just cowered and covered its head. The cars on the street began skidding and stopping. The shoppers in shops started dropping their shopping. The squirrels all burrowed. The birds flew away. The sun disappeared for the rest of the day. As the clouds began thundering all around town, the trees toppled over, the buildings fell down. Tornadoes and hurricanes blew through the sky. The rivers flowed backward. The oceans ran dry. Volcanoes erupted from Perth to Peru. The Grand Canyon widened. Mount Everest grew. The earth started spinning the different direction, and worst of all, I lost my iPhone connection. Belinda was pretty embarrassed, all right, but she was well-mannered and very polite. And that's why she knew it would all be okay when she said, "Excuse me," and went on her way. Okay, so do another graphic organizer with the biggest burp ever, looking for mostly hyperboles. But you can also look for similes and metaphors and idioms and personification and rhyming words. Lots of rhyming words here. Rhyming patterns that you see. There's a pattern here too. And also your mental image of the world's biggest burp. There's lots of imagery going on in here that makes you see and think different things. Okay. The last one that we learned about this week was personification. And the definition from your packet says personification is giving human qualities, actions, feelings, or thoughts to non-human objects. So making something human that is not human. Your poem for this is "My cat knows karate." My cat knows karate, my frog knows kung fu, my poodle knows judo, my turtle does too. They all became black belts by watching TV. Some Chuck Norris moves and films with Bruce Lee. They liked learning lessons from Jean-Claude Van Damme and acting like action film star Jackie Chan. They practiced their punches, their blocks, and their kicks until they were masters of their martial arts tricks. You'd think they'd be good now at guarding our house, but yesterday morning they ran from my mouse. My mouse is a crack up. I laughed at his prank. Do you think it's weird that my mouse drives a tank? Okay, that is your personification poem, but you're also going to look for similes and metaphors and idioms and hyperboles and all of these other things that you guys have learned and rhyming words. And what is your mental image of all of these animals doing all of these crazy karate moves? And is there rhyming? There's definitely rhyming. I heard it. What's the pattern? There's a pattern too. So I'm going to have all of these poems up for you guys, and I want you to do one graphic organizer for each, because they're fun and that's pretty easy. Okay. And then I want you to write a narrative about your pet. And if you don't have a pet, just make one up. Pretend that you have a pet and that your pet learns karate. Okay? Okay. So, setting. It could be anywhere. It could be in your house. Maybe your pet learns karate and busts out of your house and moves to Australia. Characters, your pet and you. Actions, maybe you and your pet are karate buddies. Maybe you're karate enemies and you're fighting each other. So that's your narrative for today. All right, have fun with these guys. Bye.